Hey guys, what is going on? So I've got a question for you. Did you realize that in many categories on eBay and other selling platforms that if you bundle your items together correctly into lots, that you can significantly raise your profits, you can increase your average sell price, and you might even find that sell-through rate is much faster because sell-through rate is often impacted by the way things are bundled together. Let's take a look at that, see if we can get some help. All right, so great to be with you guys today. This is Bama J Bird Resale. I'm Josh. Let's jump right into the topic. So a couple of things as we get started. All right, so all of us are constantly searching for ways, right, to increase our profits, to be a better reseller, to be able to move items faster, to move them for a higher average sale price. You know, we want to work smarter, right, not harder. And so while parting things out is sometimes the way to go, also we have to look at how we can sometimes group things together or lot things in a way that will make our business more efficient and put money back in our hands faster. Because at the end of the day, guys, the faster we turn things over and turn profits over, oftentimes the better off we'll be. I would love to find all really unique items that have really high sell-through rates, a really high demand, you know, very collectible, vintage, that kind of stuff, you know, and just constantly be listing tons of that stuff. And if you have access to that, more power to you. Stick with it. You're going to do great as a reseller. But if you're like most of us and you have to buy and resell a lot of what resellers like myself refer to as bread and butter items, then we have to look for ways to be creative oftentimes to generate sales, to increase our sale prices, our average sale prices, ASP, in order to increase our profits that we make per sale. And I think grouping, lotting things together, bundling items up that are similar or that kind of go together or oftentimes are somewhat matching, that's a great approach to take, and it does work. And I will show you how it's worked for me and some of the categories that I use it in and some of the sales maybe that I've made recently using this strategy. We will even look at our listing. I'm going to walk you through one that I am currently doing, some stuff that I picked up, and show you kind of how I arrived at the decision to buy this particular item and how I'm going to list it. Know that I'm not saying this will work for every single category, but I do know from experience that this works in a lot of categories. This often is very, very useful for items that maybe don't have enough value individually to make it worth your time. I know a lot of resellers will often say, you know, that they don't buy items that only sell for $10 or $15. And I get that. You know, they've got a goal in mind of what they want items to sell for. But I'll say this, sometimes when I'm shopping, say like in some of my local thrifts, and I'm able to get like one of the items I'm going to show you is some shorts that I can get for like $2 a pair. Well, if they're only selling for $12, maybe $14 each, for some people that's just a no-go. Even though the percent return is really good, they just don't want to mess with sales that are that low dollar. But when you're in that store or that at that yard sale and you find 3 or 4 of that exact brand, exact item in the exact same size, you can always explore the idea of grouping those items together and then think about how you can create a listing that way. And that's what we're talking about. So we can do that with clothes. We can do that with collectibles and toys. Media is a great example for this. Like I said, this especially is really good for your bread and butter type items that fall in that under $20 and especially 10 to 15 and under category, because oftentimes by lotting these things together, you can turn what would have been, you know, like a really troublesome sale that you got to pack and ship that you're making $3 or $4 on into something that you're making $20, $30 or $40 on because you grouped it together. In fact, there's times that I will buy certain items and I'll save them back and wait until I have the collection or the grouping of it or the lot of it that I'd like to sell, and then I sell it that way. Now, I understand, and I'll be the first to tell you that in many cases, there's more money to be made by parting out and selling individually. Like at the end of the day, if you sell everything individually, then a lot of times you're going to make a little bit more money, if not maybe sometimes a significant amount more total. But the time that you wait to turn that money over and to make that profit may also be greatly influenced by the fact that you've got all those small listings waiting on the right buyer to come along, especially when it's categories that are saturated, like your clothing categories oftentimes, and categories where the sell-through rate on individual items is maybe not very fast, maybe like below 50%, maybe even below 25%. And I know oftentimes, sell-through rate's really important, and I would never encourage you to buy a whole bunch of items that have really slow sell-through rates, but it's always important to check how sell-through rate can be impacted by the way we group and lock things together. So if I haven't lost you yet, let's take a look at some examples that I have used in my reselling recently, some things that I've grouped together, and then one that I'm working on now, and I'll kind of explain to you the process, how I arrived at this decision, and hopefully to help you. All right, so let's take a look at a few examples of how you can bundle items together and therefore increase your average sale price and greatly increase your profits. So this first one right here was a set of 3 Pokemon games for the Game Boy Color. It is the gold, silver, and red versions. And I thought, well, why don't I try to put these together into a bundle and see if I can't just kind of maximize my profit all at once. And so that's what I went for. I wound up taking an offer of $300. Now, I won't say that it would not have been possible to make more by listing these separately, but I liked the idea of moving them quickly as a collection, and that's what I done. This next one is a set of music CDs by the Bee Gees. Now, most of these are CD copies of their original albums, and there's 18 of these. Now, I had 25 to 30 cents each in these. I decided to lot all of these together, and the reason I thought that was because there were several of these that didn't have a very good sell-through rate at all. Like I was really unsure whether I would be able to move them at all within the next 6 to 12 months. And I'm not trying to be a collector of CDs. And what you'll find is if you mess with music and media a lot, you've got to sometimes get creative with how to get certain items out of your possession. And so what you can do sometimes is some of the less desirable ones that you don't have much money in, but you don't want to try to sell them individually. You can add them into a lot or a collection and maybe just raise the price by $1 or $2. And therefore the buyer thinks, hey, I'm getting a whole extra CD, I'm getting a whole extra game, I'm getting an extra whatever. And they feel more compelled maybe to buy your item than someone else. Guys, it's competition. You got to make yours look better than someone else's. It's just like with the Pokemon games. I put the 3 of them together, give them a little bit of discount, on the package that they're getting, and then at the same time, they're only paying 1 shipping cost, and it benefits everybody. Same way with these CDs. I might could have made, $175 or $180 over time selling these individually, but I would have also had to have used packing materials for every single CD. I would have been paying for shipping 18 times. In this case, I packaged this into 1 package, 1 shipping cost, 1 time, and I save on materials, I save on time, I save on handling time. It makes my life easier, my job easier. And then look at the sale, $160 for 18 CDs. All right, so another good example is right here. This is a group of 15 CDs that are all 90s hard rock heavy metal. So this was lotted together kind of strategically because these CDs, you'll notice the 15 only sold for $30, but I was able to move some that probably wouldn't have sold individually for a very long time by putting a couple of decent ones in there. Guys, I had $1.50 in these 15 CDs. I gave like 10 cents each for them. So here's a couple others I want us to look at. So books do really well like this as well. Sometimes as I find books from a certain series, if I know that there's a market for them, I will begin to purchase them and collect them until I get a large enough number of them that I feel like I can put a lot together. So right here we have an example of this. I've got about 10 cents each in these books. 12 guidepost patchwork mysteries novels, but I was still able to sell these for $40. You got to be competitive, so I can challenge those prices because I'm able to put a group together for 1 price and the buyer feels like they're getting a great deal. So clothing is another thing that works very well for bundling. You'll notice here, this is a very recent sale. I had 3 pair of these Salt Life shorts that I bought on a half off day at my local thrift store, and I paid $1.50 each for these. They're in great condition, so I've got $4.50 in these 3 pair of shorts, but I took an offer of $42 on these, which is a little less than what I could have got selling them individually, but who knows how long it would take to sell all 3 pair individually. Why did I lot them together? Because they're all the same size. 3 different colors. I knew somebody out there would be interested. And like I said, these sold very quickly in probably like 2 weeks. Same thing with these Wrangler fire resistant or flame resistant jeans. I got 2 pair of these in a 40-32. Got them very reasonably. I think they were $3 a pair. I lotted them together as a set sold them for 40 bucks. You know, I'm trying to be competitive. You gotta keep a leg up on the competition, guys. And so this is one way to do it. Lot your items together, bundle items, especially bread and butter items. I didn't want to sell these one at a time for $15. I got a lot of stuff like that in my store right now from when, you know, I wasn't using this strategy as much, and I'm really moving away from that. I'm starting to lot together, even on clothing, and bundle items up, and I'm seeing a difference in my sales and my profits and my profit margin, and also the speed at which it sells as a result. All right, so the next thing I wanted to show you was a listing that I'm actually working on and try to explain to you why I decided to make this purchase. So I was in a local thrift store of mine, and they had some of the redhead cargo shorts. Cargo shorts sell pretty well during summertime anyway, but they had these. They were like $3 a pair, and they had 3 in the same size. They were all a 44. And so I searched, if you notice up here at the top, redhead cargo shorts 44. And the results, let's make sure we got pre-owned. We have 179 available for sale. And then if we look at our solds, we have 47. So again, 47 divided by 179, that's like a 26% sell-through rate. Guys, that's not good. That's not something we ordinarily would pick up. And then you look at the sale prices here, $8, 13 free ship, $8. Now look, you can make a profit selling 3 to 8, but you're not going to make a lot of money. You know, we're talking about maximizing our profits here, right? It's not a way to make fast profit or to really build your account up. So why would I make this purchase? Okay, I know to look a little deeper than just the surface a lot of times, and I hope to share that with you and help you with that today. So as I scroll down, I got to looking. You go down about the middle, and you find that the average price these are selling for is more like $12, okay? So around 12 bucks or so, plus shipping, is what you can expect to get for a pair of these cargo shorts. Now, I do have these sorted low to high, okay? Low to high on the sale price. So the next thing that I done is I searched for, and I'll show you up here, I searched for lots. So I went redhead cargo shorts lot. Okay? And when I search for these as a lot and pre-owned, we don't want sold, we want listed, you find 23, okay, 23 listings that are pre-owned for redhead cargo shorts sold in a lot. And yes, there's going to be some mixed lots where you see like this is a Union Bay and a redhead, but for the most part, these are going to be redhead shorts only in cargo shorts. Now, you see various sizes. I didn't sort this by size because you don't have enough results to do it that way usually on items like this. Though there is a 44 like I've got, there's 2 pair for 22. Now, this is what you do next. Now, we want to look at our sold comps on this, right? So again, let's remember this, 23 listed, 23 lots currently listed, and sold, we have 26. Wow, that's a big change, right? We went from a 25% sell-through rate to a sell-through rate that is over 100% when we list them as a lot. Now, I know some of you are going to look at this, you're going to see, like, for instance, these first ones only sold for $8. But remember, we've got to look a little further down. We got to leave the outliers alone. The outliers don't help us. So we scroll down a little bit, and then we find 3 pair here, 44 size for $31.50. This is a mixed lot, including Gander Mountain and Coleman. But here we have a lot of just 2 redhead, sold for $24 plus shipping. That's $12 a piece. Here we have a lot of 2 for $25. That's $12.50 a piece. You get my point, right? So we're still at that $12 each for the most part. There's some exceptions. I'm not trying to hide the exceptions. There's an exception right there that makes no sense, but the shipping's also super high. So it's definitely more prepared than what it looks like based on that price. But here, 24, 22, or 23. So we're looking at like $12 per pair when you bundle them up. So obviously my thinking for the items you see behind me, these are the 3 pair of redhead cargo shorts in size 44 that I picked up that day. My thinking was this, that at $12 average price with a slow sell-through rate, I don't want them, right? 3 into 12, I'm not interested in. But when I took time to check how they sell as a lot and realized that lotted together, this brand of shorts has a 100% sell-through rate, I thought, you know what, $9 into say $30, $35, maybe $40, I'm good with that. I can deal with those margins and that sell price. So that gets me the sell-through that I want, that gets the average sell price I'm looking for, and again, that allows me to make profit, and profit's what it's all about. You know, it's not that you can't profit on $12, but how long do I have to wait to move an item that has 200 listings at a 25% sell-through rate? If I listed at $12 to make that $5 or $6, it's just not a good use of my money in my business right now. But again, it's all in perspective and how you look at it and how you choose to take advantage of listing strategies like bundling and like lots, or grouping things together in certain ways. You'll be amazed at how it can impact your business. So how many of you out there use this strategy? What do you use it on? Maybe some of you have found a way to use bundling or lotting in a way that I don't. I would love for you to share that in the comments. Maybe let other people that see the video know how you are using this strategy. If you haven't used it, guys, I encourage you, look into it, try it out. You'll be surprised at how much it can improve your sales and improve your profits and just make your store better overall. All right, so that's all for the topic today. I really hope that it helped you. I hope you found something beneficial. I would like to say, if you've watched this long, guys, and you haven't already subbed to the channel, first of all, thanks to everyone who has. Thanks to everyone who has helped. I really appreciate. Recently, I know J-Rod has shouted me out. Grams and Pops, man, they did so much to help us on the live the other night, and we really appreciate that. Both their support of the Two Old Guys Reselling podcast, which, by the way, I'm one half of. If you haven't checked that out, check the link out below in the description of the video and see what's going on with the Two Old Guys. But again, I'm just so thankful for all the friends I've made over YouTube and the reselling community, and for all of you who maybe don't even have a YouTube channel, but that take time to watch the videos and subscribe, post comments, all the different things, guys. It's amazing. I love you. I appreciate you. I've gone over 1,000 now, thanks to help from friends, and thanks to so many of you that have subbed and watched the channel. And I'm looking forward to growing even more. I've got a few hours to go before my channel gets monetized, but I'm excited about that. It's a big thing. I am planning on having a live to celebrate the 1,000 subs. I'm hoping that I get to my hours by the time I do that as well. It may wind up being in August because we have the Reseller Meetup in Crossville coming up really soon, which, by the way, again, Pickin the Plateau 2024. If you haven't got your tickets, check out the link below to Eventbrite. And please, guys, come to Crossville August the 2nd, Friday evening. We're going to have a wonderful time, wonderful meal, good fellowship, lots of resellers, lots of YouTube resellers. It's just going to be a good time, guys, and we're excited to be a part of that and to help host it, and would love for you to be there. But again, just want to thank all these people. I want to thank some others too. I want to say thanks to Nathaniel and Ashley over at Lucky 7. They've been really supportive. To Caleb, of course, my partner with Two Old Guys. Man, you're awesome. Love you, man, so much. I just can't believe all the things that God has done for me and continues to do for me. He's blessed me richly. God is so good to this guy, so good to me. And I'm telling you, I don't deserve anything good, but I'm so blessed, and I'm appreciative of that. But again, a live show coming up pretty soon. I'll give you more on that before long. I'm going to include some really cool giveaways when I do that. I'm excited to get some things out to some of you that have been so supportive of me. So I hope that you'll stick around for that. And yeah, I don't even know what all else to say. I just really appreciate it, guys, and I thank you so much for everything that you've done to help the channel to grow. So with that being said, guys, I love you. God loves you. And whatever you do, don't you ever, ever give up. And I will see you on the next one. Take care, guys.